Hello everybody, welcome to another Wednesday workshop. I'm Linda Bartolucci with Ink Stamp and Scrap. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Please take a moment to click that subscribe button and make sure you give this video a thumbs up so more people can see it. Wednesdays we get together at 3 o'clock and I make a couple projects and teach you some new tricks on how to use your inks, stamps, and scraps. Let me pop over to the comments in case anybody's here to say hello. I don't want to miss you. All right, we'll get started in just a moment. Let me give you a few housekeeping notes. What's going on here at Ink, Stamp, and Scrap? One of my favorite things to tell you about is my Technique a Week. Every week I add to your personal library a new tutorial teaching you a great and fun way to use your inks, stamps, and scraps. Please go to inkstampindscrap.com/learn to see what that is all about. Hey Sue, thanks for joining me. All right, I am back again. All right, so today what we are going to do is work on gatefold cards. We're gonna do a basic traditional gatefold card, and then we're gonna do an overlapping gatefold card. The new thing is that both of them are going to use new products that I'm going to show you in just a moment. We are about to start, Stampin' Up! Is about to launch their next catalog along with a brochure full of free products, and I'm sure you're going to want to take advantage of that. So let me show you, let me face you down and show you what's coming up. So these are the two catalogs that are about to start. The mini catalog takes you, it does say July to December. You actually can start ordering from it in August. And then the celebration brochure starts on August 3rd as well. The celebration brochure has only free items that you can earn making purchases from this mini catalog, along with the annual catalog that is still being produced. All right, you can still order from it. Let me show you the stamp set that we're going to be using today. We're actually going to use a bundle. We're going to use the Penguin Place stamp set along with the Penguin Builder punch that goes with it. So you have the body of the penguin and then the little white piece of that goes over the body. And then you also have the foot, and you just punch that twice. We're going to use this on both projects today so you can see how that goes together. And then you also have lots of ways that you can decorate it and some really cute phrases. And we'll get to all of that in just a moment. The other thing I wanted to show you is a couple of the Halloween items that I picked up. Actually, this is the only one that's specifically colored for Halloween. You have pumpkin pie, and I'm pretty sure those are supposed to be fresh freesia, and basic black stars. They're adhesive backed, so that's coming in the upcoming catalog, along with this cute Little Delights stamp set. And I got it to not only use for Halloween, but you can also use it for Christmas, birthdays, as well as Thanksgiving. And you even have Ghoulish Delights as a little greeting for Halloween as well. So these are going to be fun products to use. The ribbon is really cool. Let me show you. Actually I grabbed the one that I don't have open. Let me pop that open for you. This is the glitter white shimmer ribbon. I don't really want to catch the ribbon. I just want to get the cellophane off. And what you can do with this is use your Stampin' Blends to make any color that you want. If you remember, we had white metallic edged ribbon that you could do the same thing with. So here we go. It's just like this. Let me put my hand underneath it so you can see. You can see all the glitter. And then you can use your blends to run them along this. I would recommend if you get this, you go on the back side because you don't want your blend marker, your alcohol marker, to catch the glitter, but you can use an alcohol marker along the back side, which is nice and smooth. It doesn't have any glitter, and color this to whatever color you'd like. And the more ink you add, the darker the ribbon is going to become. All right, so let me show you what we are making today. I'm going to show you two finished projects And then we're going to go back and I'm going to show you how I made them using different colors and different patterns. So this is our basic gatefold card. Isn't that penguin cute? I just think he's adorable. And it just opens just like that to the coolest friend ever. I just added a couple of elements here. And that's the first card that we're going to do. That what I would consider the basic gatefold. And then this is the overlapping one. And I actually made a belly band for this one. We won't need a belly band on the one that we're going to make during this workshop, and I'll show you why when we get to it. But you slide off the belly band, and then this opens 1, 2. So it's still like a gatefold, but it just, the gate here overlaps. There we go. All right, and as usual, there will be a blog post associated with this Wednesday workshop. It's actually going to go live before dinner tonight. So you'll be able to download the PDF with all the instructions and pictures of the projects that we're making today, along with links to the YouTube video so you can re-watch it. So let me bring in the materials that I need. Let me first show you this beautiful paper though. Just gonna bring it in here so you can see all the different pages that you get. So when you make this, or when you get this paper, this is actually a free item in the celebration brochure. It's got the penguin, but it also has a fox and a polar bear, all fun characters. You could definitely fussy cut these out. You can use them as backgrounds. And the thing I love is you have all the characters on this side, and then you have nothing but decorative sheets on the other. Now, obviously this one is leaning more towards Christmassy sort of projects, but all of these are totally neutral and you could do just about anything with. So if you don't necessarily enjoy the penguin and you don't want these cute little animals, which not sure why you wouldn't, but if you don't, it's still a good free product to consider because you get this. Just curious why you use the vertical belly band and not horizontal. It's just the way I ended up doing it. It wasn't really no rhyme or reason, just that's how I did it. All right, so but I will show you the reason why that needed a belly band, and it'll make more sense when you see the overlapping card put together. All right, so for the basic gatefold card, we are gonna start with an 8.5 by 11, or sorry, an 8.5 by 5.5. And I am looking for my paper cutter. Oh, there it is. Okay. So 8.5 by 5.5. And this is the way I like to make my regular gatefold cards, because you are dealing with paper, just like, and cardstock, just like when you deal with fabric. Try as you might to cut it exactly correct. Sometimes it's off just a smidge. A gatefold card does not look that great when it's off just a smidge. So I score this at 2 1/8 for my first gate, if you will. And then I set this aside and I grab my bone folder. I fold my first gate in and I score it like this to make sure it stays nice and tight. And then I bring the other side in to meet it. This way I get a crisp fold and a perfectly met gate in the center of my card. I don't have to worry about the manufacturer adding a 1/16 of an inch, because even if it's just that small, then you end up with a gap here. And I want to make sure that my gatefold is the best it can be. So score here and then fold in. The other thing is that your gatefold is always going to want to pop, and that's because all you did was break the fibers this way. So the other thing I like to do, even though I'm going to use my card the way I just showed you, is I like to use my bone folder and burnish that score line back the other way as well. So that's your second trick for a basic gatefold card. So now it's going to pop up a little bit, but not nearly as much. So let's get to decorating. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal today. And the two greens that are in this paper are soft seafoam and just jade. So that's what we're going to use. I'm not going to put these on the card. I made a mental note to myself because, did this just end? It did. Okay. Well, now you can see how to load this. So real quick, I'm going to grab a refill. There we go. So they come in these handy bags, and I always keep these because you never know when you could use a Ziploc bag for something. And they're a great size because they're tall and thin. And all you need to do, one of the sides of the cartridge has these two little points, and your refill just loads on those 2 points. And then you just put the top on and you're all set. Oh, that's a good idea. Thanks a lot, Sue. I appreciate that. All right, so let's get this going. There we go. Just had to get it started. All right. So what I'm going to do, I did cut these consecutively so the images go together. That's why I was starting to say I made a mental note to not put these on the card until after I had matted them, because I want to make sure that it flows across the way that I cut this. Here we go. All right. And there we go. All right, so now what you're going to see is I'm going to go ahead and figure out which way this, and it went together this way. Look at that. I guessed right the first time. All right, so now I'm going to put this here because you can see the sleigh continues on, and so does the polar bear. I'm just going to put my glue around. All right. This is also the time of year with the new catalog starting next week that I have my paper share, which gives you samplings of all of the new papers and paper products that are in the upcoming catalog. There are lots, and the orders are flying in. I opened it up yesterday. So if you want to be a part of my paper share, I will leave a link in the description below. It's only open until next Tuesday at noon, but it is open until then. All right, so I'm going to glue these two together, but I am not going to put any glue on it because I'm only going to glue one side and I don't want to mess that up. So I'll show you that when we get to putting this on. First, we're going to make our penguin. All right, so we'll set this aside. We have the basics of our card. This is going to be used for the penguin. For some reason, I don't have my inside piece. Okay, I will cut one down in a minute. Let's do the penguin. So I need basic white. I need pumpkin pie and basic black. The other thing I wanted to let you know, I use this for bookmarks that I sent with my catalogs that shipped out. They are making their way in the mail to everybody right now. And this got very stiff, I guess is a good word for it, but it wasn't cutting really well. And so I thought I would show you what I do when my punches start getting a little frayed around the edges. I just slide in some aluminum foil and punch it. And I do that over and over again. I don't care if this rips, I just keep, it's not to be pretty, but what it does is it does sharpen up the blades. So I'm just going to get this little piece out. I just wanted to show you that. If you are having a problem with the cuts not being crisp, aluminum foil is your go-to material. If you are having trouble with the punch sticking together, then you do the same thing, but you use wax paper instead. All right, so now this punch is working perfectly because I got it all set up this morning. I'm going to take a little bit of basic black. I'm going to end up with a foot, but that's okay. And I want to get my penguin right there. And then I'm going to get the body of my penguin. I'm going to use this scrap. Don't want any of that. I'm gonna go right here and get the body, put it there so I don't lose it. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is use my pumpkin pie cardstock and get 2 feet. End up with a little bit of extra stuff. 1 foot. Ouch. Kind of caught my finger. 2 feet. There we go. All right, I'm gonna save these because we're gonna do this one more time. So you can see, if you just missed that, don't worry. I'm going to make one more for the next card. All right. So here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is use glue dots to put this guy together. I just find it really easy to do. I'm going to trust that it's going to work because we are going to stamp his eyes. But I've been working with this guy for a while now. I've made a few projects with him, so I'm feeling good about putting those eyes on. So I just line the body up about 1/8 of an inch from the bottom, and I look at the bottom and the side and make sure that they look pretty even, and then I just put it down. It doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but that's a pretty good guide. And then I take the feet, and actually I'm going to grab, here we go. I'm gonna grab my take your pick tool. Oh, that came out. I want to just take that off. There we go. I'm gonna use the sticky end, and I wanna get the, when you punch something, it gets a little bit rounded one way versus the other. So I just want to make sure that the rounded edge is down. There's 1 foot. Nope. Yeah, this way. And these glue dots work perfectly with this. Okay, there's that. Put these back in the drawer. Now we get to stamping. So let's get our stamp mat out. Probably end up hiding that on myself, which is not a good thing. Need my tuxedo black. My acrylic block. I like to use an acrylic block that's a lot bigger than the stamp. I'm not a big fan of the super small one for super small stamps because I think it's harder to see what you're doing. So now I can just line this up. Sorry, my head's getting in the screen. I can just line this up. And there we go. He's got his 2 eyes. And then I'm gonna clean this off. And my video, Simply Chamois video, because I cut it down smaller so I could tuck it away. And then I'm gonna get my pumpkin pie. I'm going to grab his nose from the stamp set. I'm just going to put his eyes away and grab his nose. And then I'm going to ink that up with pumpkin pie gently so I don't get ink all over the acrylic block. And then I'm just going to set that down. Count to 5 in my head, and there we go. All right, we have our cute little penguin with pumpkin pie ink. All right, close these guys up. I know I'll need them again, but right now I just want to make sure they're out of the way. So I have my cute little penguin. Oh, I'm going to keep doing that. Now what I need is my greeting, and I know that's what I had this for. I'm just not sure where I might have put the inside of this card. Perhaps we will use this for now. I need a greeting. And I just think that this little set of phrases, I like you a lot'll, didn't really get it when I read it, but then there's this one at the top that says it's like a little except a lot. And I just think that's really cute. So that's what we're gonna do. So it's like a little but a lot, needs to go on the inside, but we don't have anything to stamp that on yet. And this one is going to be I like you a lot. So I'm going to take the I like you a lot. I'm going to just hold it and drop it. Obviously, I'm at a bad angle. There we go. So that it doesn't get a curve to it. I'm going to bring my black back in. And I'm going to stamp this way up in the corner here. And I'm watching for the stamp to be straight against the corner, against the top of the cardstock. Once I have that, now I can cut this using my trimmer, and I'm going to end up with a inky black trimmer if I do it this way. We'll move this guy over here. All right, so what I'm going to do is, great, thanks Sue, I appreciate it. We're going to get there. I know it's summer, people are traveling, and I've been sharing it a little more myself. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut this with the trimmer. And I'm going to take my paper scissors and just trim off the end at an angle. And trim off this end at the same angle. Just to give it a little bit of character, for no other reason. All right, so here we go. Let's finish this one off. I'm okay if that greeting is a little wider than the, I'll just use this. I'm okay if the greeting is a little wider than my penguin tags, the rectangles, because I'm only going to attach it on one side, so it's not going to stop the card from opening. I am going to need to grab a quarter sheet of white to finish off the inside, but let's get the outside done. All right, here we go. Of course, the dimensionals are fighting me. Okay, so we're going to put him right here, and then we're going to add our little greeting. And I think it's a little bit narrow for glue dots, so I'm just going to put a little bit of liquid glue, since that holds really well right in the middle there. Helps if it's straight. Going to put this right here. There we go. Push it down, let it dry for a sec. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and use this. And then what I want to do is I only want to put glue on the left side so that this opens this way and this guy goes with it and it doesn't block anything. So I want it on the left side as you're looking at the video, or as you're looking at the screen. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm only going to put it, now it's the right because I flipped it. So you only want a little bit of glue here. And remember, liquid glue holds really well, so that's fine. I'm going to line it up in the middle, and then just press it down. And there we go. Okay, so there is our cute penguin card. Now we just need a greeting for the inside. So I'm going to steal this and figure out where that other piece went in a bit. I'm going to clean off my greeting and do the other one. Oops. So we'll clean off the I like you a lot, a lottle. Taking advantage of the English language. And let's put on, there we go, the explanation of lottle. This time I'm just looking for it to be straight, and it is. Got a little, ooh, something on there. Ah, there we go. Okay, didn't want it to smear the glue. Okay, or the ink, sorry. Boy, words are just not coming today. All right, so then this one goes right inside here. This one is 4 by 5 1/4. Traditional size for the inside. And there we go. There is our first card. All right. I definitely don't have the inside of the overlapping card. So I'm just going to grab from my white real quick. All right, we'll have to, I think this is too big. Let me see. Yeah, we'll have to cut this one down, but at least I have it. Okay, so project number 1, traditional gatefold card. There we go. And see how much the weight of this really does keep it closed nice. All right, so that's the first card. Now we're going to do the overlapping card. And the way this one works is you are going to take you cannot get 2 out of 1 sheet of basic cardstock. This is 11 by 5 1/2, and it is scored at 2 1/2, and then you flip it around and you score it at 4 1/4. And again, all those directions are in the PDF that you'll be able to download about an hour after I finish this live. So I'm going to burnish these folds both ways. We're going to make a penguin card again, but we're going to use a different print. There's a larger print that still uses the jade and the soft seafoam. All right, so the way that this card closes is just like this. And now we can enjoy it. Actually, I'm going to flip it around, have it the way it was. So I want the flap over on this side this time. I just want to show you something different. So we're going to go this way, and we're going to go this way. All right, maybe? No, I guess I like it that way better. All right, there we go. Here we go. Okay, so this one is too big. Let's cut it down a little bit. So we are going to this needs to be 5 1/4, and I want to get rid of that little scored piece at the bottom there. By 4. And that is our centerpiece for our card, and that's where our greeting can go. And then all we're going to do is decorate this one very similarly to the way this one was, but I'm going to show you why the next one won't necessarily need a belly band. And the reason is because I'm going to eliminate the mats on this one. What I found is that when I did the first one and I matted all of the designer series paper, it ended up being very thick. It actually wasn't over an ounce, so it wasn't going to be extra postage to send this, but it was very thick, and there was no way it was ever going to really close unless I added that belly band. So that's why I decided to do that. This time I'm going to show you that you can just cut your cardstock, or excuse me, your designer series paper 1/8 of an inch larger than I show you in the instructions. We're going to make the inside go with the jade. So I'm going to put the 2 larger pieces. The one on the inside is going to have the jade stripes showing, and the one on the outside is going to have this cute characters. And then we're going to flip it, and we're going to have the characters here, and we're going to have the jade on the other side. So I'm going to put my adhesive on this one. Thank you. Appreciate it, Sue. All right. Here we go. And where'd my other one go? Oh, goodness. Did I not cut? All right. Well, we'll cut down some cards, some designer series paper. Here we go. Oh, there it is. Yep. Good. At least it's big enough. You ever have one of those days? Feels like a Monday, but it's not. All right, and these I believe are 2 inches, but I just want to make sure. No, that's not. That's 2 1/4. At least 2 1/4. We'll start with 2 1/4 and see how we do. 2 1/2. Yeah, 2 1/4. Trying to remember the dimensions in my head. All right, so now we should be good. Thanks, Sue. All right, and then we're going to put the jade right here. So we're going to cover up. Oh, Linda. Well, I guess we aren't going to put the jade right here. We'll put the penguins. All right. Let's get our stamped piece that we just squared away. We're going to keep the theme of the I like you a lotl, but the penguin, I'm going to actually stamp it for you this time so you can see how the stamp set works. So this is the greeting we used before, and then we'll do the I like you a lotl on the outside. So now this can go in the middle. And you can see our card is starting to come together. Okay, so there we go. And now what I need, I'm going to put these on just like I did on the other card, except that they will go together with a penguin on top, and we will put the adhesive on this side. Then, so what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to use my scrap, but I'm actually going to stamp, like I said, I'm going to stamp the whole penguin. So I'm going to take this nose and just put it there. I'm going to grab the stamp set and show you how cute this guy is when you stamp the whole thing. So I don't actually need the eyes this time because the penguin stamp comes with the eyes, and then the center is just, instead of having to punch out the white, you've got it right here. So I'm going to hold it a little bit and make sure I get a nice dark image. There we go. And see, he's already got his eyes. So now all I have to do is add a nose and some feet. And the other fun thing about using the stamps is that the feet have 2 feet together. So you don't have to punch it twice like you do. Or with the punches, you punch it twice. But with the stamping, you only stamp it once. All right, so I'm going to grab the feet. So I have my feet and my nose. I'm going to do the feet first. I'm going to keep the black out because I know I need it for my greeting. So his feet go really low. I think I got a toe over on the black, but that's okay. And then I'm going to put his nose on. All right. There we go. Sorry for the, I don't know if you can hear the noise. I can. Right. Okay. And there is a stamped adorable pumpkin, or I keep calling it a pumpkin, penguin. All right. I want the penguin I stamped here is not going to get into the punch very easily unless I cut it down just a little bit. So I'm going to cut around it so that it's easier for me to get it into the punch. And then it's this side that I really need to be able to hold on to. So hopefully here, I don't have a Post-it. All right, well, we'll give it a try. I don't think I have enough. All right, so the other trick when you don't have enough is to use your take your pick tool and kind of, there it is, move it where you want it to go, that sticky end. And once it's lined up, You just punch. Should have looked before I stamped to make sure I was doing it the right way. All right. So now I have my cute little penguin ready to add. Oh, and I'm gonna lose his feet if I don't put them back where they go, right there. And his nose is over here. This is the only thing about this stamp set. It's got lots of really small pieces. So you wanna make sure that you're always cleaning them and putting them away, or you will be very sad when you don't have all the pieces that you need. All right, we're going to put this guy on right on here, and I'm going to use my dimensionals to do that. And then we'll stamp our front greeting. I just don't want my penguin to grow legs and move. If you've watched me for a while, you know that I tend to lose things right in front of my eyes. There we go. All right. So he's going to go right there. And then we're going to grab that. I like you a lot. I am going to go ahead and put it on the smaller block. I'm going to ink it up. And, oh, there it is. I have this nifty piece just waiting for it. I'm going to go a little bit in. Hold it for a count of 5 in my head, and there we go. Take my paper scissors and trim it pretty even. A little bit more here. All right, set that there. Let's close up the ink before I forget. And again, I'm going to take my liquid glue and I'm just going to get a little bit right here. Okay. And I'm going to keep using my liquid glue. I'm going to layer this onto my jade rectangle. I love seafoam and jade together. I just think they look amazing. And then we're only going to add, this time we're going to have the penguin is going to attach on the right. So when I flip it over, I want to put my glue to the left. So not a lot, and I don't want to go over the halfway mark on here. I'm going to go ahead and put him right here. And this is just a different take on a gatefold card. So this is an overlapping gatefold card, and the first one we did was a traditional gatefold card. So let me bring that one back in. And I know you can't see on the camera, but I'm telling you that without all the mats, this is a much lighter weight card that will fold down once it's just got a little time to set up. So these are the two I created using the Balmy Blue patterned paper before we started the video. And then these are the two that we created during the video. This one is the only one that uses only the stamps. So you can see you can make a really cute penguin just using stamps, or you can punch the whole thing out except for his little nose. You could always just create a rectangle of cardstock and then you would have that as well. So thank you so much for watching. I'll be back here next Wednesday with another fun fold and preview of new products that will be available by the time we get together. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful week. See you next Wednesday. Please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel and ring that notification bell so you know the next time that I post a video. Have a good day.